The Last Judge was a notoriously difficult boss fight when Silksong first came out, but at this point it's considered to be one of the easier fights in the game. So I decided to make it harder. The rule is simple, no jumping. And for an added challenge, I'm also not going to use any tools, spool upgrades, mask upgrades, or skills that let you dodge attacks. The Last Judge has 4 main attacks. A spin attack where she makes rings of fire across the stage. A throw attack where she throws her thurible through the air and pulls it back along the ground. A jump attack where she slams into the ground and sends a fire wave throughout the arena. And a dash attack where she charges and leaves flaming pillars in her wake. The spin attack is easy to dodge, as nothing about it requires any jumping, but the other 3 are all intended for you to jump. You can dodge the dash or the throw by simply being out of range, but since we will normally be in close range when attacking, we don't really have the spacing necessary, and if we're ever trapped against the wall, we wouldn't be able to do anything. And the slam attack absolutely requires some height to dodge, as the hitbox extends all the way to the end of the stage. Luckily, we actually have an ability that gives us some height without needing to jump. Swift Step. If you dash attack into an enemy with Swift Step, you bounce into the air almost as high as if you jumped, and this height is exactly what we need to dodge the Last Judge's attacks. With this, the throw can easily be dodged by dashing into her after she throws her thurible, and then pogoing her to stay in the air until she pulls it back, which makes this attack dodgeable. For the slam attack, we can't dash into her while she's in the air, but luckily there's enough time to bounce off of her after she lands but before the shockwave comes out, which makes this attack also dodgeable. The dash is a little bit harder. As I said, we can run away if we have enough space, but that's not very likely. We can also just dash into the attack and use the iframes from the dash to go through, but this is very hard to time and isn't super consistent even if you do get the dash attack. This is by far her hardest attack to dodge, but it is still possible, and we don't need to dodge every attack, just enough to win. Even having ways to deal with each attack, it's still not the easiest thing, but after a while of practice, this is the result. Yes! Yes, dude. Okay. Finally. Without heals, too. That's nice. Alright. Last boss done.